All right.
John made us go live while we were talking about our hygiene habits.
That's true. We're
Isn't
live
that
now.
what we're talking about these days?
Yeah. And quarantine beards.
There's nothing else going on anymore, right?
Well, they're opening stuff up now.
So someone actually had to posted. I think on one of my YouTube videos or Instagram posts, like, dude, you need to just go get a haircut. And I was like, okay, yeah, I'll just go get a haircut.
Genius.
Yeah.
They're shutting people down for doing that.
By
So
the way,
about
your
a couple
mic,
of places.
you really need to be close to the mic, otherwise it doesn't pick up.
What, me?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Well,
if you're like even a few inches away, it's very low.
Yeah. But yeah, I've heard about places getting like police going and shutting them down.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Yeah.
I mean, of all the places, here is a little too close for comforts, I would say.
Yeah.
So I've more than doubled my sales this week over last week on the conference.
Oh, nice.
Nice.
Yeah.
Awesome. I was just wanted to talk to you about that because I want to run a promo for it next week.
So what is the
that would
most
be perfect.
important ingredient of success in all?
Sorry.
Yeah. But yeah. Okay. So all I have to do is basically just get them to use the coupon code, and you'll track it from that with that coupon code.
Yeah, that's the plan.
Okay. So I'll do that. Then I'll probably run like a 1 or 2 day promo and just send maybe like 3 or 4 emails.
Yeah, I'm working on showing my team how to set them up and do all the management on it because it's taken me a ton of time to run it, and it's all stuff that they can do because it's all data entry and crap like that.
Yeah.
But it did require a slight change of system setup because the way that I set it up was a HTML template on the static site generator that runs the devchat.tv website. So it loads really fast, but yeah, there's not a good way to allow them to manage it on there. We have a CRM that backs the rest of it, but this part it doesn't back, and it would be really clunky. But it was funny. I was like, well, I wonder if there's a WordPress theme that'll do this, because then I can just give them the sign in for each conference's website, right?
Right.
And it turned out that I had bought a theme last year, and so I just set the theme up. It took me like an hour. And so now at this point, all I have to do, I'm just going to export everything out of the one site. And then when they set it up on any subsequent ones, they'll just import the backup file and it'll be done.
Nice.
So that'll be all done. And then from there, I can just say, okay, I'll have to do some of the outreach just because I have relationships with a lot of the people I want to speak. In fact, I've been reaching out to people for the React Native conference and the iOS conference. And I got one of the guys from Facebook who created React Native to come speak at the React Native conference as the opening speaker. So
good. Okay. Yeah.
So it's just stuff like that. But then I can hand the rest of it off. It's like, okay, here's all the info he sent me. Boom, done. Right.
Yep.
And then they can go and enter it. So yeah, I'm working on just getting the whole system together. But what doubled the sales was really interesting. So I signed
doubled
up for
the total
an account.
sales or the weekly sales?
No, weekly sales. More than doubled it.
That's awesome.
I had Michelle go into Canva and create cards that people could tweet. And then she's tweeting out a couple of them a day, and the speakers are retweeting them. And then we also gave them copies of the images for Twitter, and they've been tweeting those on their own, and it drastically increased sales. It was crazy. 20% of the sales that I have currently came in within the last week.
Wow, that's good. So what are you looking at now for total sales?
I currently have 95 people who have signed up. About 20 of those are my speakers. But yeah, I've sold like, how many have I sold? I've sold like 15 tickets this week.
How much is the price point?
$75.
Good, man.
So it's going
You sold
up.
one.
The word's getting out. I'm kind of tempted to see if doing something relatively simple on my lookalike audience for JavaScript Jabber would work on Facebook ads, if that's even worth it. I don't know.
Are you pushing it on the podcast now?
Yes.
Every episode you're
Every
you have a
episode.
blurb? Okay,
Yep.
good. Then it's worth testing Facebook. Do you have the pixel set up properly?
I think so. I haven't really looked at it. I set up the pixel a long time ago.
Yeah. I mean, retargeting is always free money in my books. But
Yeah.
it's just the effort of setting it up. That's something you need to think about.
Yeah, I'll have to go look at it and see what's there, but it's 2 weeks from now. So
Right now is the time to push it then.
yeah. So I'm probably going to do that today. Go figure that out.
Yeah, Facebook is funny because they don't let you upload your list until you've been advertising with them for a while consistently. Even if you spend money in the
I
past.
uploaded my list a long time ago too. So
They may not allow you to use it right now. They're stupid like that. And
Yeah.
even if whatever you uploaded back then is probably stale by now. So
probably a little bit, but I can use a lookalike audience and it'll get people who
why?
are.
Whoa, hold on, hang on. Why lookalike? You need to target your own audience.
Oh, you think I should target my own audience?
Hell yeah, that's where the money is, man. Why? You have 20,000
Oh, I see.
Listeners, 20, 30, 40,000 people who are, the people who are going to
I
your
have
website.
25,000 people on my list, so that's probably not a bad way to go.
So your list is one thing. If you can target that, that's the best.
Yeah.
The second thing would be all your website visitors. Target them.
Yeah.
And dude, you don't need.
And that's the retargeting you're talking about, right? So if they get hit with my pixel, then I should.
The other I would think would work is use the simple programmer pixel if John would let you do that, and split it with John, because that's a pretty solid audience right there.
Yeah, that's true. I'll send emails to the list though, and we'll probably convert a lot of people that way too. So
yeah, I'm assuming so. But yeah, ideally next week would be the time because the conference is the week after.
Yeah, I'll do a push on Monday. I'll probably just write up emails myself. I'll see. I got to figure this out. I haven't figured out who I'm replacing Fritz with, or what the plan is to replace him yet. I think it might just be. I think I might just talk to Tim. I should probably talk to Tim and see if I can get him to take over the job. I just want him to be working on some other stuff, but I guess it probably isn't very much work for him to do a promo. So
yeah. But anyway, so yeah, I'm getting that figured out.
By the way, John, there's a guy you might want to hire for some consulting.
Oh, who?
They're called the membership guys. He basically teaches all about how to run a good membership portal.
Okay. The membership guys. Okay, I'll take a look.
Yeah, they have a podcast. It's a pretty solid podcast. 2 podcasts actually on this topic, on membership, on running a good membership. And they have a membership site on running memberships. But the guy is solid. Like I have been hearing his podcast now for a while, or not for a while, for the last maybe week or so, kind of thinking about the transition. And they seem to know their stuff about memberships.
Okay. Yeah, I'll take a look. I got so the book was released this week.
Oh,
Remote
nice.
Work. Yeah, so it's doing pretty good. If you search on for remote work on Amazon, it is it's ranking up there. We got 33 reviews on there so far, so that's pretty good. And it's about 26,000 in the Kindle store now after almost a week. So
What's
I think
the
that's pretty
revenue?
good.
Right now is not the time to think about revenue, I'm assuming, because you're selling it at a discount.
I'm not. I'm selling at full price at $9. So I'm actually
Wow.
pretty impressed with the sales on this thing, considering it's selling as good right now as as my main book as the software developer career guide.
Is that Will Gantz?
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I did
So-
a search. It's number 2 right behind Remote from Basecamp.
Yeah.
There's actually a sponsored one.
Yeah, there's a sponsored one as well. So, yeah, so I would call this a success. I mean, we don't even have the paperback out because it got delayed by Amazon. But with the Kindle version, the launch seems to be successful with 33 reviews. I'm pretty happy with that. And then, like I said, the sales.
How do you get so many reviews?
Well, what I did was I bribed the hell out of people. So
Sounds
what
good
I
to
did
me.
was I had my copywriter send an email out. We sent emails out to the list asking people if they want to become part of the review team or the launch team. And then basically saying, okay, if you become part of the launch team, click here and here's what you'll get. You're going to get an advanced copy of the book. You'll get it right now, and we give them a downloadable copy of the book. But we said, this is what you have to do. You have to commit to, well, you get advanced copy of the book, and then you'll also get one course from Simple Programmer, whatever you want, right?
Oh, interesting.
And then I said, but this is what you have to do. You have to buy the book on launch day, okay? Or I guess pre-launch as well. That's allowed. And then you have to leave a review. Right? Doesn't have to be a good review, but you have to leave a review.
Right.
And so, and then I told them, in order to get the free course, you need to send me a proof of your receipt from Amazon and your review.
Gotcha.
So we got a lot of people that did that, participated and did the reviews there, right? We had the launch team ended up being about 300 people, and it looks like we're at like a little over 10% have actually, and some reviews just get rejected and don't go through anyway. But yeah, so and then we sent a smaller bribe to the regular list, just saying if you buy the book and you send a receipt, you'll get the blogging workbook for free. So, because the key is to boost the book up there. Once you have the book boosted up there, it shows up in search, and then it shows up in the lists, and it pretty much self-sustains itself. So
yeah,
I'm definitely going to do the audio on this. I was waiting to see what the success would be of this, but yeah, audio seems like will work as well.
Are you going to have Will record it, or are you going to record it?
I'm probably neither. Will can't. Well, I'll talk to Will, but I don't think he should record it because he has a very southern accent, so it's not going to come across very well. So, which I'm sure he understands that, right? So, but I'm probably just going to hire a voice actor.
An Indian accent, I'm assuming then.
Yes.
That'll be the only way to make it work.
That's it.
Sexy Indian accents sell books like you would not believe.
Oh, man.
Let me just say.
So you are wanting to work from home.
Remote work. Oh, man.
Okay.
Hey, my YouTube channel is about to hit 50,000 subscribers.
Nice.
This sexy
awesome.
Indian accent.
See, sticking to the plan, man. I told you.
Yeah.
But yeah, so the book publishing, actually, I think Simple Programmer, I mean, this is a pretty good demonstration that Simple Programmer can be a book publisher and be successful at it. So
yeah,
I've got my, I think I told you guys, I just signed on Robin, who was my acquisitions editor from Manning before he quit. And so he's working for me now. And he is basically the acquisitions editor and the book production manager. So he's going to basically get authors, get book ideas. Basically, his entire job is going to be from start to finish. He's going to get the book ideas and get the books ready so that they're ready to go. And then all I have to do is market them. And yeah, and then he's going to get paid a royalty on the book. So it's more of rather than paying a salary.
So how are you guys splitting the royalty with the author here?
With the author, we're just doing the standard author, for the most part, industry standard is 10%. So
The author gets 10.
yeah. Yep. And then I'm giving Robin 10% as well on the books that he procures, so it makes it worth it for him. So
your authors are getting 10%. The Robin's getting 10%, and then the other 80% goes toward marketing and running the business and all that stuff.
exactly, yep. So yeah, so the plan is to get a good pipeline going and just to start pumping out books, soft skills related books,
right?
And then we can have a whole. Basically, I'm starting a publishing company is what it's turning out to be. So yeah, and then the books, pretty good profits on the books. So
sounds good to me.
I like any model that has leverage in it.
Yeah,
that is always the thing. That's if you can use other people's work,
yep,
that's the ultimate leverage.
And this was the big test. Will I be able to sell a book that is not my own? And the answer is yes. So
yeah.
By the way, you might enjoy Over Deliver by Brian Kurtz.
Oh, okay. Let me take a look at that.
You know Brian Kurtz? He's one of the guys who ran Boardroom.
Oh, really?
Yeah, Boardroom was the is the $1 billion direct response marketing newsletter company, along with Agora. They're like the two big names.
Okay, I'm adding Over Delivered to my Audible.
Because basically they built a publishing company of immense proportions, and one of the things they were initially, at some point, they were struggling with the idea that they had to keep creating stuff all on their own, right? Because Boardroom became a really they had a giant audience, they had a big marketing arm, but they had to create everything on their own. So one time they hired the guy who used to run Reader's Digest to kind of help them out, and he said, well, you don't have to actually create anything of your own. Just go to Barnes and Noble, go find the books on your topic that are not selling well but have good content. Go contact those authors or those publishers and buy the rights for those books and start selling them. And that's how they literally became a $1 billion company, because now they went from just selling their own stuff to selling everything, just because they had figured out the marketing. They just went and just got all these authors, and they would just analyze the content and say, okay, this is good, let's put the marketing dollars behind it, let's change the title, let's change the the cover or whatever it is, and let's sell the heck out of it.
Yeah. See, go ahead.
No, I'm just thinking, along these same lines. One of the things that I've run into, because it occurred to me that I could do series and or premium podcasts or things like that, and I'm like, well, why wouldn't somebody go do this on their own? And I figured out most people don't want to, right? They don't want to do the effort, and so the reason a lot of people want to be on my shows is because they just show up and record, and then we do all the production. And so it's the same thing here, right? It's I just want to write the book, and then if I get a residual payoff out of it, then it makes sense. And it makes sense for you too, because you're leveraging other people's work to make this work. And you have I've also recently read, we talked about it earlier, Robert Kiyosaki, the cash flow quadrant. You're essentially creating assets that pay you over and over and over again. And so the whole model, it just hits all these different ideas that come down to, making money without actually having to go flip burgers or, do the work every day, all day, if that makes sense.
Exactly. Yeah. It's, and with authors, the thing is, if you look at books, right there, because if you type remote work in Amazon, there's a lot of books that are out there about working from home and stuff, and most of them have 0 reviews and are ranked 1 million in Amazon. And so the thing is, if most people that try to self-publish, they basically fail miserably, right? They end up with hardly selling any copies of books because they don't know how to publish a book, which most people don't know how to publish a book. But because I've got the experience with the book publishing, and I can out-publish some of the good publishers in the software
Uh-huh.
development space, it makes it worthwhile. That's why, like, when I talked to Will, I was like, you'll sell a lot more copies of the book if you go with me, because I'm going to sell a lot of copies of your book. You won't maybe make as much of the percentage, right, as if you self-publish the book. But if you go with me, I'm going to do more work than any regular publisher that you have, right? All the regular publishers that you could sign on with, they're going to pay you the same royalty, but they're not going to push your book. They're not going to send it an email blast. They're not going to do a whole launch for your book, right? They're going to expect you to do that, which is true. That's what the publishing industry has become. And so, yeah, so that's the big advantage. And that's the thing that I can really play to, is that I know how to market these books, and I know what book topics to pick that are going to sell, right? The soft skills type of books are the ones that are going to sell the widest in the programmer space.
By the way, you were wrong about one thing.
Ah.
I have yet to meet a publisher besides Pragmatic Programmer that pays more than like 6 or 7%.
Oh,
unless
really?
they really, really, really want you. Yeah.
Yeah.
A while back, Ruby Rogues, we were looking at doing a book with Wiley, and they came back and they initially offered us 6%, and we fought tooth and nail and got to 8%.
Wow.
Prog offers, I think theirs is like
50.
50%, or it used to be 50%. But yeah. So
yeah, that's interesting. Yeah, well, that's good then. I feel good about offering the 10% on the books. Then it should be pretty competitive.
Yeah, it should be extremely competitive. And the other thing is I've talked to a number of book publishers before I just self-published, and they want you to do all the promo work on your own anyway.
Exactly. Yeah. Exactly.
And so, yeah, what you're offering makes a ton of sense.
Yeah, because like you said, like, you've been through it now. You know how difficult it is. It's not just like writing the book is definitely a lot of work, but actually getting the book ready to publish and then doing the marketing to publish the book, and making it successful is difficult, and it's hard. And if you don't do it, then you don't make a lot of money from the book, and so that's like the big thing. I feel like traditional publishers now do nothing for the author.
They don't.
So, yeah, but that's why, like, I'm just going to be really selective with the books I take on and the authors, and then do a lot of work for the author to make sure that the book is successful. So
yeah, the only thing that I've seen any of the publishers do is that I get an email from Manning probably once or twice a month saying, we have this new book coming out from this author, and we'd like to have you get them on the show. And I probably take about half of those. And the other half, it's either because we have a book coming out on GraphQL. And it's like, well, we've talked about GraphQL a ton over the last couple of months. So no. Or it just, it's just hard to make it click. So,
yeah. Yep. So, yeah, but I'm excited. I think this will work out well. So, and then I'm putting lead magnets in all of the books, of course. So I'll be growing the email list with that. So, yeah.
What kind of lead magnets are you putting in?
So, like, for the remote work one, there's about 4 or 5 references to a guide you can download for the complete get started with remote work guide.
So the author doesn't get the right to put the lead magnets?
No, I publish them I have the author create the lead magnets, but the idea behind it, or the benefit to the author, is that by me acquiring the email addresses of the people that buy the book, when we publish a second edition of the book, or we publish the audio version of the book, or the print version,
or if they write another book.
Yep. Or if we sell a course through the author, then we will be able to reach the customers. So,
yeah.
Interesting. How do most publishers do it? Do they give the authors the rights to embed links in them?
No, most publishers don't even do any kind of lead capture at all, or they do like really retarded lead capture. So
the way that Manning does it is essentially you can buy the print book on Amazon and anywhere else, but if you want the ebook, then that's how they get you, right? So you create an account on Manning.com and you get it. But that's the only thing I've seen that's anywhere close to this.
Yep. Yeah.
And if you put links into your books that link back to your crap, some of them will make you take them out. I've seen people do that too, right? Where it's like, they have a video up on YouTube or, something like that, and they want to put some kind of lead capture in the middle of it.
Yeah.
If the publisher catches you doing it, they'll have a cow.
Yeah. I was able to do it with soft skills. I had a little lead capture in there, but I used Pretty Links to do it. So I could turn it on and off at will. But, speaking of which too, I just got an email from China from the publisher in China. They finally finished translating the Complete Software Developer Career Guide into Chinese, and it's launching next week in China. Soft Skills for software developers sold 30,000 copies in China.
Oh,
so,
wow.
Yeah, so this book hopefully will do just as good, if not better.
Good.
They had invited me to come to China to talk at the launch of the book, but they said that they had to cancel it because of the coronavirus. So, which kind of sucks, but yeah.
And you didn't call them out on the scam?
Yeah, like you guys started this coronavirus shit. No, but we're also taking everything off of WooCommerce and going to ThriveCart. That's the operation that's going on right now. Rodrigo's working on that. So
what made you switch?
The biggest thing is like there's just always issues with WooCommerce, and then what ends up happening, which is completely retarded, is you need some plugins for WooCommerce, right, in order to really use it, and they're yearly subscription. So your free solution ends up costing you money unless you custom code these things and you need these things. And the upsell doesn't work in there. There's like one-click upsells, whereas ThriveCart has a decent working one-click upsell. The only problem I have with ThriveCart's one-click upsell is it doesn't work for PayPal. So if you use...
Not true.
No, it doesn't work for PayPal. It's not a one-click upsell.
Not true.
I'm 100% sure. I tested it multiple times. It'll let you buy the upsells, but it's not a one-click upsell. For PayPal, what ends up happening is that it will you'll when you go to buy the second product, it'll take you to the PayPal checkout again. It doesn't do it all at one time, or it does like a PayPal checkout which has both items on there. It doesn't like. If you do it for Stripe, it works fine. Like you'll do the first charge and then you'll just click and say, I want the second one, and it'll automatically do it, and you won't have to fill in your credit card information again. But if you do it through PayPal, you have to do it twice.
Okay, I'm going to take a look at my stats and see if my PayPal payments or if my PayPal aggregate is lower on these things.
It might not affect it. It might not affect it, but it's not a true one-click upsell.
If it doesn't affect it, who bothers? Why would you care?
Well, yeah, if it doesn't affect it, but yeah, that's true. If it doesn't affect it, it doesn't matter, right? But it does. The process is different. It is certainly
okay.
Different.
I will report back on the data because I haven't seen that big a discrepancy on PayPal versus Stripe. So that's interesting.
Yeah, that's the only issue though. Otherwise, actually, but it's a small one. It doesn't matter. Like
you have ClickFunnels, right? Why aren't you using ClickFunnels?
It's ClickFunnels is a pain in the ass. It's not as good. I think ThriveCart is better. It's simpler.
Well, if you really wanted to get serious with the upsells, then ClickFunnels is the way to go. I feel like ThriveCart's upsells are, they're difficult to, I mean, I still convert, but I'll tell you the upsell page looks kind of not as good as what ClickFunnels upsell page can be made to look.
You just customize the upsells in ThriveCart.
Oh man, dude, I tried that shit. Trying to take them to your website and doing the upsells on your website.
No, you don't have to take them. You don't have to take them to your website. You just make a nice looking upsell page. I've got Rodrigo customized all the upsell pages.
No. So there are two options. Either you use the Thrivecart
Right.
upsell page, or you use your own. You embed the upsell onto your sales page, and when you try to embed on your sales page, it doesn't fire off consistently at all. I have
No,
like
I'm
so many-
using. No, you can customize the Thrive one.
Okay, what
whatever
are
you
you
want.
using for customizing it? Like, how are you customizing it? Because I haven't been able to do any real customization on it.
Just within their editor here. Let me see
Oof,
if I can share a screen
no.
real quick. Oh yeah, check it out. Look.
All right.
All right, can you see that?
Huh.
That's
Where
it.
did you?
Is that
Can you
Thrivecart?
can you exit it right now?
Yeah. Okay, so what you do is you go under your products, and then you just go to edit funnel, right? Like you already have
Okay.
the funnel set up, and then edit upsell page, launch upsell editor, and then there you go. And here's this one that Rodrigo put in there. He's, you don't need
Launch
the full
upsell
sales page.
editor.
Yeah.
What am I using then? What
I don't
the
know,
fuck am I using?
but this is good. Like I like this. This is,
Yeah, this is good enough. I mean, I used to use the old one,
And
or
you
I
can
still
copy.
use the old one, which looks pretty. Launch
And
upsell
you-
editor. What the fuck? When did that
And-
happen?
I don't know. And you can copy the design from the other one too, and you can do up to 5. So I don't really see any point in using ClickFunnels. ClickFunnels in my
Yeah,
mind
I
is
mean, if
like,
the upsell editor is there, for the longest time, I've been struggling with Thrivecart because I felt like the upsell pages look like so trashy that I was like, I get like 20% conversions on these things.
because
10,
this is
20
the default. This is the default right here. That's the default. If you don't customize it, it looks like this.
No. I mean, I do customize it, and all it gives me is the option for the video. I'm actually
Oh.
surprised you get.
Yeah, no, you just have to do the. Oh, Rodrigo must be in there. Okay. But yeah, no, I think that's good, right? Like I like that. I think that works fine. So yeah, I feel like ClickFunnels is the biggest scam that exists right now. It's just a piece of shit software that doesn't really like.
Hang on. Here's what I see. I think you see completely different.
I've been consuming so much stuff from Russell Brunson, so
Okay, hang on. Let me share my
They
screen.
can't even fucking fix the software. Like they can't even add sub admin accounts.
Okay,
anything.
can you see my screen?
Yeah.
Okay, edit upsell page. Launch
Yeah.
page editor. And this is all I see.
I don't see anything. Did you click launch page editor? Oh wait, here it goes.
Yeah.
Oh, you got the old version. Yeah. So if you create a new upsell, I bet it'll let you use the new version because they have a new designer. And the same thing for your product pages as well, your sales pages on there, or your carts. So just try and add another upsell to this. Yeah. No, I'm telling you, go try to add another upsell on this page real quick and then hit preview.
Okay.
Right? Put a new one here.
Just add an upsell. I would have to create one. Okay, online
No,
business
just use
accelerator.
one. Okay, yeah, and hit edit upsell page.
Huh?
And then hit edit upsell page. Let's see if that works now. No, it's still got the old one. That's weird.
Same shit.
You might have to create a totally new funnel in order to do the. That's weird. Go to one of your products
That's
that doesn't have a
crazy,
funnel
man.
and create a new funnel and see if that works.
Hmm. Okay,
Those
maybe
ones.
this one doesn't have funnel.
No, it says it has a funnel.
Okay, if I remove all of them, and the problem is that each of them already have an existing page.
Yeah, I wouldn't do anything right now. Like you'll have to mess with it, but
No, this is not good.
Does your
I think
products-
they're rolling it out on a
No. It's just go to your products real quick. Click products.
Okay.
Okay, and then go to edit on like the self-confidence pack,
Okay.
and then go to design or checkout. Checkout at the top.
Okay.
Okay, and then go to see the type. Select your cart type, right? It has
Mhm.
new carts and legacy. You're on legacy, right? If you click new
Okay.
carts,
Okay. I see.
you see. So did you just hit okay? Because you just
Yeah.
screwed yourself if you did. Don't save this unless it's already saved.
No, is it for all products or is it only for this product?
I don't know. I don't know. I don't. I don't know.
Oh my god.
You'll have to check and see and make sure your shit's working.
Time to call support.
But yeah, so basically you have to switch over to the new version, the new
Ah,
yeah.
dude, just when I thought I didn't have to do any work on my card. Here we go again.
There you go.
There's always work to
New
do.
card.
Oh.
Your old page designs will not transfer. They're not compatible with the new editor technology. Once finished, they will need set up your funnel again with the new. You can always clone your products to retain current settings whilst editing. Clone your product while okay. So that seems like it's only applicable to this product. But I see. I guess I've been using legacy editor, and that's why I should ask support before I make any changes like this, because I know I could basically have zero sales for the next few days. And
Yeah,
wonder
that
what the
would
hell
be sad.
That would be very sad. All right. Well, good. I'm glad we debugged this problem, because
Yeah.
I was kind of getting irritated with the Thrive Cards upsell thing, even though like I still believe wholeheartedly in upsell thing and Thrive Card does work. It's just not as I see the ClickFunnels sales pages. They're so nice and clean, and I'm like, damn man, I have like this jealousy. Look at these
You
pages
think
and look
so?
at my trashy. Yeah, look at my trashy like upsell page.
I think with the ones I mean, you saw the one that I have. I think those look great. I mean, Rodrigo did the design for him,
Yeah,
but those look
I mean, I
fine.
would have played
Like
around with it to see what really comes out of it. But my old, I don't know if you've seen those. They are just like literally warning, stop sign on
yeah.
and then a big letter discount, and then a video, and then send claim my discount. It's like the most, it feels so seedy having that page up there like that, but there was no option until I just found out right now. So this itself was worth the price of the admission for this mastermind call today.
But yeah, no, I think ThriveCard is fine. I think it works good, and I'm tired of messing around with. So as long as I have an upsell that works, it's fine, and I've got the ability to do bumps in there. So
Good.
oh, I got approved for the PPP loan. So
Yeah.
I'm gonna.
What about? Did you get the other one?
I got some money from the EIDL. Not.
What,
I
like
didn't get anything from the EIDL.
$1,000 or $2,000. Usually,
I
that's what people are getting.
I got 4,000 for simple programmer.
I think it's 1,000 per contractor or something, or per employee that you're showing.
Yeah, but none of my other businesses got any money from the EIDL. Just the one company. So, but then the main S corp that runs everything got approved for the Paycheck Protection loan, which is like $29,000, which is a forgivable loan. So.
Oh, nice.
I was trying to figure out how to make that work. Did you just apply on the SBA.gov?
You have to apply through a bank.
That's what I thought, but
yeah.
I have to call. I'm just going to call my bank and see what the deal is.
Okay.
Well, not every bank is going to do it, just FYI.
Yeah, certain they have to be an
Yeah, no.
SBA approved lender, whatever.
So it's PPP you're looking for, and not every bank is going to do it. So they're going to give you the runaround. You want to find a bank that's doing it in your area.
Okay.
But yeah,
That's
this is
good,
a
man.
pretty good deal because I just have to use it for payroll, which I'm using it for payroll. So
Oh yeah.
and then they forgive the loan. So
It's good. It's perfect. You got what, 2 months of payroll in there, 2.5 months of payroll from that?
yeah.
Beautiful.
I'm just gonna raise my payroll slightly because it gives you the loan is 2.5x payroll.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And you have and then you can have the amount forgiven that you spend in the next 8 weeks. So I just have to raise my payroll slightly, right? Which it doesn't matter since the payroll goes to myself, and
Yeah.
then I'll just pay a little bit more taxes on that, but then I'll have the entire amount forgiven. So works.
It's good. Let's see what I get out of this shirt.
Did you do the paycheck protection program?
I tried, and then I figured out that the only way it's going to work for me is if I file my taxes. So I just
Oh,
filed
okay.
my taxes, and now I'm going through the process of applying for PPP. again.
Okay, yeah. See, I don't have my personal taxes done, but I gave them my business taxes because the S corp tax was already due in March. So
What did you put in for your NAICS code?
oh, I just looked up one that looked like it was relevant, something in computers or education. I think there's really none for like online marketer or
Yeah.
like
Educational services.
I think that's what I put, something like that.
Yeah.
It doesn't make a difference because they just use it for some. It's like a census, basically.
Admin.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, just to show we gave this much money to this many people or this many people. You know, and these industries apply for loans. So
In business.
Yeah.
So the question is, could you potentially, like, how's the, now that you're doing weekly sales, well, you haven't started yet, right?
no, yeah, for simple programmer, you're saying doing the affiliate.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, we'll be. I mean, I've got a schedule created because I've got a bunch of promotions, which I mean, the reason why I'm looking at doing weekly ones is because I have so much on the calendar, right? So Chuck's remote or the JavaScript, well, we did remote work book launch this week. The JavaScript remote conference next week I was planning, and I need to do that next week because it's the week after. And then your mental toughness is next on the list. And then Jason Humphrey has this program that he's been wanting me to put out that he's launching in May. So I've got that for the next
launching
week.
it, or he's like, it's a
He's-
brand new program.
Yeah. So
So has vetted it through his list or no?
he doesn't really have much of a list. He's got like some small, but he's known by my audience, and Josh I think is helping him with it. So I trust if Josh was helping with him with it, it'll probably be all right. So we'll see. And then Joe Colantanio is doing an online conference in June. So that one I need to do like May 25th. And then the next week I want to do the Bulldog Mindset promotion again.
Next week?
The week after that one, that'll be June 1st.
Oh, I see.
Because the Bulldog Mindset promos do well, right? I'm getting a lot of members from that. So
Yep. Bulldog mindset might be the ultimate way to do this, is what I think.
is just be promoting Bulldog Mind. Yeah, but I don't want to cannibalize the like the point is to, is to have Simple Programmer be self-sustaining too. So
Yeah. which it is. Yeah, I mean, it's a good. Yeah.
Yeah, we'll see. I still got a lot of cleanup work to do within Simple Programmer to get that to where it needs to be.
Yeah.
But I think having the publishing arm be the biggest thing is a good starting point. So
Yeah.
oh, man.
Oh. Anything new with you, Manny?
I am seriously considering going. No, not seriously considering. Like, really, I am dead serious on going the route of creating a membership portal and focusing on growing that.
Poorly, they were struggling to keep up with the rest of the class in their swim.
Are you playing a YouTube video in the background or something?
Dude, I
Busted.
had to start this email, so I was trying to put the link for that damn video on it, and that was playing it in the foreground or background. Yeah, so I am converting or not converting, but I'm going to go down the route of what John's doing, but a different way, which is create a monthly membership for more like online business accelerator.
Mhm.
And all the book summaries and everything will, we'll continue to do the book summaries as we do them, but they will all be through the angle of book summaries for entrepreneurs. And you can buy them a la carte, or you can get access to all of them. But along with in the online accelerator, you'll also get like monthly coaching, masterminding with other entrepreneurs, other online entrepreneurs, and things like that. I actually had a long call with John about this. So, as I've been thinking about it, one of the things I realized, okay, the way to go about this book summary business is either you go sell to corporate, because that's the only way you get giant volumes to make up for the low price point, or you move up in your pricing tier on the back end of it, not on the front end, but on the back end of it. And I can't just do that randomly and start like, the key there is that I can serve a very specific niche audience with the membership and create different levels of programs and tiers for that niche audience, or I will have to go and sell to big organizations to really grow this business. So there are two paths: either go figure out a way to sell to businesses or sell to entrepreneurs. But when you sell to entrepreneurs, you can create different membership tiers and different ways to support them. And in some ways, like selling to businesses, it's not a blue ocean anymore, because there are a lot of competitors in this space already. But this would be a more easier niche, or not easier, but it's still more of a blue ocean, because it's entrepreneurial book summaries for entrepreneurs by entrepreneur, something like that. So it's still a work in progress. I'm going through my thinking process as I'm figuring it out, but that's what I'm thinking right now.
Gotcha.
Thoughts?
Well, you already know my thoughts on it.
Yep, I know. That's why Chuck can't just like ask me and then like go fix his sales page for the conference.
He's applying for his PPP loan.
I am actually.
Some money.
I will admit it.
Give me the money.
Damn it, Chuck. Just buying time there with me saying all sorts of crap.
No, it wants me to upload Documents.
Where are you applying? Which bank are you applying with?
It's the one I do my regular banking with.
And they have an online portal for applying there?
They're using DocuSign.
Okay.
So
Well, we
I-
should
I
probably
may
do
just-
our do our thoughts anyway.
yeah. Anyway. But yeah. Yeah, we should do our thoughts. I'll just finish this later. But I want money.
Yeah. Let's see. I'll go first. Mine is I'm trying to think how to phrase this. The placebo effect applies in more than just medicine. So here's an interesting thing that happened to me. So last Saturday I ran my 30-mile run, my first 30-mile run, right? And then the day after on Sunday, I had to run 12 miles, and my heart, it was hot on the 30-mile run, and it was hot on, Saturday and Sunday were both hot days, and my heart rate was like way jacked up. Like I was like, oh shit. I mean, I expected my heart rate to be higher after running 30 miles, right, the next day, but it was really high, and it was like in the 160s or so, and it should have been like in the 140s for the pace officer. So I kept on slowing down, and my heart rate was still just super high. So I was like, oh shit, what happened? Like, have I overtrained? Did I, burn out my systems or something like that? And then, so I just finished the 12, and then and then I had a rest day on Monday, and then Tuesday I had like a 12-mile run, and I went real slow. Like normally I'd be running like 9:40 pace or 10-minute mile pace, but I was like, okay, let me just run real slow. So I was running 10:30, and my heart rate should be around like 135, 140, and it was at 150, and then it would jump up to 160, and then I kept on slowing down to 11-minute miles, 12-minute miles, and it jumped up to 170, and I'm like, shit, am I dying? Like, what the hell is going on, right? So I kept on slowing down. I know, it's like I was run walking. I was like, gosh, I was like, I don't feel very good. Like, I don't know. Like, I just like, maybe I burned myself out on the 30-mile run. Maybe I've been running too many miles. And the whole time I'm running this 12 miles, my heart rate is like way up there. And I just feel so tired. And I feel like, oh, like I'm just must have burned myself out. I didn't get enough sleep, whatever it is. Right. Finally, the last 4 miles of the run, I'm like, all right, fine, I'm just going to run. So I just started running 10-minute miles, but it was hard, and it felt really hard. And I was like, but I'm not just going to just slow down to nothing, right? So then that's Tuesday. So Wednesday, I have my workout, and the same thing happens again. And then Thursday, I was supposed to run 10 miles, 6 to 10 miles. And I started out really, really slow. Again, I figured, okay, enough time. And my heart rate jacked right up. It jumped up to like 160. And I started walking, and it was still 160. So I was like, wait a minute. So I stopped, and I counted on my watch 20 seconds, and I took my pulse with my hand, and I counted how many heartbeats in 20 seconds, and then I multiplied it by 3. And when I counted my pulse in my hands, my watch was saying that my heart rate was 168. But when I counted my pulse, I counted 34 beats. So 34.
It's time to clean the sensor.
Right? Well, I have a chest one, right?
Oh, okay.
So 34, right, times 3 is 100 and what is it? I said 34, 90 plus 12, 102.
Yeah, 102.
So 102 was my heart rate, not 170, right? So I tested it multiple times. So then I just took off the heart rate monitor, and I just ran, and it kept on showing 160, 170 on my watch. I'm like, fuck it, it doesn't matter. And I just ran 10-minute miles, and I felt fine. I felt fine, right? So then when I get home, I look at my watch, right? And I look to see if my heart rate monitor is connected, and it says it can't find it. And I have a chest strap, right?
Geez.
So I was like, oh shit, I bet the battery's dead on my chest strap. And so maybe it was using my wrist, and my sensor was probably bad, or the wrist one never works well for me because I'm so dark, I think. But or maybe because I'm so veiny, who knows. But anyway, I changed the battery in the heart rate monitor, right? So then I'm running this morning with the new battery in the heart rate monitor, right? After this whole week of thinking that I'm overtrained, feeling like shit, feeling like I can't run, right? And I go and I run my 4-mile run today, right? and I run a 9:30 pace, and my heart rate is 130 average. So, and I felt great. And so the whole thing, so because my heart, I'm looking at my watch earlier this week, and because I think that my heart rate is 160 or 170, I feel like shit because I think that my heart rate was probably like 120 or 130 when I was right. It was really probably pretty damn low because I'm in really good conditioning. And so just because I thought it, is as I felt it. And so like when I then looked at my watch today and it's showing a 120, 130, I feel great. Not only do I feel great, but I feel motivated, right? And so there are two big lessons in this. One is that what you believe about something affects how you feel about it, right? It truly does, right? And that was like just placebo effect right there. Okay. And then second, which is maybe even more important, is that when you don't feel like you're making progress, you lose all motivation, right? Because I felt totally unmotivated with my running. Like I'm normally excited to run and see, but what I realized was when I'm going for a run and my heart rate looks like I'm making backwards progress, I feel like shit. I don't feel like doing it. But then today, when my heart rate was like 130 and I'm running, I'm like, I'm feeling good about running. I'm excited to run the 18 miles tomorrow, all because of that simple shift. So, you know, we can apply those things in business and life to, you know, to realize that sometimes it's not good to look at the data. Sometimes it's good to look at just good data, right? Like you have to kind of engineer it in order to engineer the response you want from yourself. And you always have to like slice things up so that there's some growth that you see, right? And it's all a matter of measurement, right? Because you can have growth if you measure things the right way, right? It depends on what you measure, right? And so, you know, a lot of times what you need to measure is, you know, for example, like on a YouTube channel, how many videos did you produce every week versus how many subscribers did you get, right? Because one of those things might disappoint you and make you feel like you're not growing, but the other one, you know, will make you feel like you are growing, and growth, like that feeling of growth is so important. So yeah, so it was crazy. It was really, really interesting because I mean, had I not figured this, I eventually I would have figured out this problem, but I was to the point where I was like, fuck, I guess, do I just take a week off of running? Like I was almost going to call my coach and say, oh, I know something's wrong with me. Something's wrong with my heart. Something like I'm overtrained or whatever it is. And then we would have probably backed off of training and all this. And I would have felt like shit and, you know, completely wrong call there. So yeah, so it was an interesting experience.
Yeah, makes sense. It's funny because you're talking about feeling unmotivated when you feel like you're not making progress, and that's kind of where I've been this last week. And you know, I have just been slogging through this stuff.
Yep.
But yeah, I mean honestly, I've been exhausted all week and just not had any energy, not wanted to do anything. I've pushed through a ton of it, and you know, I bringing in hundreds of dollars on the conference ticket sales, but it's not, you know, it's not enough to pay all the bills and everything else. And so it's been super frustrating. And so I definitely feel that, right? And the ironic part of it is, and so I'm just going to piggyback on your ideas here, is that the only solution is to do more work, right?
Yeah.
To do more productive work. And, you know, sometimes you might be scared because, you know, are you going to kill the patient in your case? Or
Right.
in my case, you know, same thing with the business. And, you know, it's just, well, you know, but yeah, just getting in and doing what you got to do. And, you know, I like the idea of making sure your instruments are, you know, whatever, right? That they're working and that, you know, that you've got good information. But, and I've tried to be motivational the last few times with my picks as far as like find the opportunities and go for it. But realistically, yeah, sometimes you just have to slog on through it, right?
Yep.
And so, you know, that's what you did. You were like, screw this, I'm just going to run. And sometimes that's just what it takes. And if you don't, then you're going to wind up kind of in that weird spot and it's not going to turn out the way that you wanted.
Yep, it's true.
Anyway,
Yeah.
I'm not going to stick around for Manny's thought because I got to go make sure my daughter gets on her Zoom call for school. So I'm going to
I
sign
don't
off.
really have that useful of a thought today, except that this could be like, I am trying to make it the best quarter ever.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
you know, I literally am like, I'm gunning for that in terms of revenue goals and lining up all the promotions and everything to make it the best quarter ever. And it's legit possible to do that right now with everything that I'm seeing, even like, yeah. So even with all the stuff that's going on around us, the reason I'm not saying, like, it's not about me saying, oh, look at me, I'm going to try and like, I'm doing my best work. I think it's possible that with the right mindset and with the right way of approaching it, we can handle this adversity no matter how challenging it is. Now, I understand this doesn't apply for every kind of business. This doesn't apply to every human being out there, but it's still realistic. It's still possible. It's happening all around us. I'm just giving you I am just one of the many examples for businesses that's going to happen to.
Yeah. I like that. You're turning
Yeah.
shit into gold.
Yeah.
Yeah.
More or less. It wasn't as bad, man. It's still good stuff. Okay. It's not shit. No,
I'm saying,
I know you're
yeah,
saying the
if
crisis,
you can take the
yeah.
worst and make the best, like if you can, what should be your worst quarter, you make it your best quarter. That, yeah, then yeah, that's the way to do it. I agree.
Yeah.
I like it.
So I mean, we're only 1 month into the quarter right now. Like, it's a little bit indication that I could do it, but the key is I am telling myself that I will find a way to do it.
Yeah.
So, and if I can do that, that's going to give me so much more ammunition for what's possible with this business.
Yeah.
If literally in the worst possible times you can double your, like, you can have the best quarter ever. What more are you holding yourself back from?
Exactly. Yeah. No, it's true. All right. Well, let's I guess we'll wrap it up, but and then hopefully our promotion is, I was thinking it was next week. It's the week after. So
It's the week after. I'm working on it night
right.
and day.
All right. Awesome. I'm
Bye,
sure
man.
we'll kill it. All right. Take care.
Yep. See ya. Bye.